Welcome, Rockland Unified educators, teachers, and everybody else. This is your second tutorial on our March 28th PD Day. This is the tutorial about the Google Slides, the collaboration challenge. And if you want to be able to follow along, I'm using the Power of Yet directions that's been shared with you. And so this tutorial is going to walk with you through a little bit of the idea about what we're trying to do and some of the how-tos. And so the idea, although we're teaching sort of Google Slides, what we really want to be able to do, that's sort of just where we're going, the product that's being produced, but that's really not necessarily the learning that's going to happen. What we really want to be able to focus on two separate things. One is the idea about looking for particular images and the idea about what Creative Commons and copyright kind of really means, because I think that a lot of us in the world of education are kind of unaware with what unaware about how to be able to find particular things and what is the really right way to do that. And so this challenge is going to address a little bit of that. And the second piece is what we're going to search for is going to connect with our district strategic plan. So first off here, looking at this slide here, this is the can I use that image? So our theme is fair use and creating a collaborative document. We're going to learn how to be able to search for fair use images, make a slideshow, and like I said, talk about those overarching beliefs from our RUSD strategic plan. So the task you can see will be right here. What we're going to do is one member from the group needs to create a Google Slides. This does not necessarily need to be the team leader. The team leader is just the person who was facilitating and organizing these groups. So one person create this Google slide, and then what they need to do is share it with everyone in their group. Along with sharing it with everybody in the group, they also needed to get it to us, the TOSA team. So you can also please share that with Kylie Bray, please. And that's her name there to be able to add that in. Once this document has been created, the Google Slides doc, everybody has one. What we're going to do is that you're going to create one slide using one of these, the strategic plans, the overriding convictions that we have. Each person is going to be able to have one of these particular these convictions. So an example like balance or physical and emotional safety. And we are going to create a slide deck in which that every slide we will have a different person responsible for them. One person will have balance, one person will have physical and emotional safety. Then what we're going to do with that is add, what does that ultimately mean to me? What does balance mean? So we need to be able to find an image to go with this one, add the statement about what this particular conviction is, and then lastly, what it kind of means to you as a teacher in the district. And I'm going to walk you through these steps. So the first part is looking at these particular statements. So taking a look here, find a belief. This is RUSD's overriding convictions from our strategic plan. And you can see here, this list quite a few of them. There'll be more of these than there'll be members of your group. So we don't necessarily need to hit every one. We just want to have every person within the group have a different one. And each of these are different statements. Every individual deserves opportunities to achieve to his or her unique potential. So using the words that we've blue and bolded here, these are kind of the search words that we're going to be looking for. Am I going to do a slide on safety or choices, personal growth, balance, optimism, community, that kind of stuff? The next step after that is I need to go find an image to be able to go along with that one. Okay, let's say I'm going to be using, for the sake of this one, I'm going to be looking for balance. So then, normally what most people would do would go to the internet, go to Google, type in the word balance, and look for images. What we want to be able to do, though, is go over here, and we want to be able to start thinking about the idea about can we use particular images, and the idea of what is fair use, what is Creative Commons, and then what is copyright. It is not an easy thing to understand, and what we are sharing with is a great document called Can I Use That? This is one that we may not necessarily have time for, but we wanted to be able to share this resource. This is a PDF created by an educator local in Elk Grove, Gail Dessler, who shared this out for teachers and anyone in education who really kind of wants to understand a little bit more about Creative Commons and fair use. So as you start going down the road of with your students as well about what good digital citizenship is and and how and where, why we can be able to use certain things that we find on the internet. This could be a great resource for you. So keeping that in mind, we want to be able to go and find some particular things, some images. We're focusing on images for this piece. So on this particular slide, you can see here finding images. We've given you just three quick ones. These are websites that offer copyright free or what is known as they are in the Creative Commons images that are free to use. So one is called Photos for Class, Morguefile, and Pexels. And so I'm going to click on one of these ones here, and let's see what this looks like. So here it is, best free stock photos in one place. Nice. And so I'm going to type in something here. I'm going to type in the word balance. And I got different sort of images here that focusing on balance. Good. And we can see here, these are the ones that they're giving away. They also have sponsored photos as well. So these are ones that I'm not necessarily going to use. But if I click on one of these particular images, like these ones of the rock, looks pretty nice. And then it gives me some information over here. It's a free download. It's free for personal and commercial use. And I don't even have to give attribution, which is nice. We'll talk about that in a second. So what I'm going to do then is normal is I could download the thing to keep it, but I'm just for the sake of this going to copy this and then go back over to my slideshow, and then I would paste this into the slide that I'm going to be doing. But let me show you what that kind of looks like. So instead of balance, here's an example one that we've already started using the word excellence. So we would paste this word here. This is the word excellence, although it says belief, there should be excellence, from our strategic plan. Then we search for and added that particular image. And for me, it would be simply, let's say if we were going to switch this to balance, if this was going to be our balance slide, that word would be balance, and I would swap this particular image out. I'm going to put this one in here. Beautiful image, definitely giving that symbolism of what balance really means. But then the next step that we need to be able to do is go a little bit beyond that, and so put what it kind of means to me and the quote of what it is. So going back to the excellence example, here it says, from the strategic plan, it says, quality relies on the ongoing pursuit of excellence. And what excellence means to me, and then here's what it means to me as Ryan O'Donnell. It means to pursue. In my teaching practice, I continually strive to become the best. This is through learning new ideas, interacting with new people, and not being afraid to try and fail. So that's what excellent means to me. This example, which now we have the noun basically from a strategic plan, the definition, what it kind of means to me here, and then lastly, the image that goes along with it. In one slide, we have all of these. Each member of your team needs to create one of these so that we will have that document in which they will all go together. Going back to this earlier slide up here, you can see we gave you a couple examples of sites you can look for, Pexels, Morguefile, Photos for Class, but there's also Google, and that's the one that we most know of. Now, although that we're saying that there's other places to go, we wanted to give you a quick little tutorial about show you that you can use Google because it does allow for some options for searching for images in the correct way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a new tab here. I'm going to go to Google, and like most of us are familiar with, let's say we want to search for something. Let's say we're doing something about butterflies. So I do a butterfly search, and normally I would click on images, and I would get one of these particular images and copy and paste. But what I want you to notice, some new things have been happening. First off, there's this whole thing that's coming up, where we're going to talk about in terms of sort of helping you out with your search. But if you notice above that, it says all images, videos, books, more. We know that, but look at this one here, search tools. This is an important piece. Once I click on this, watch what happens. It drops down another line. And here I can search for, or basically modify that search. Here I can say, give me only large pictures or small pictures. Well, let's say if I only want to do a certain color, like, hey, let's just give me purple. It brings back a whole new array of images. Isn't that beautiful looking? Different types. What if I want clip art or a line drawing? What about a certain time for news stories? Let's say I just want to find something that happened in Belgium or in Paris, and if I picked a different time period, it would give me more of a different set of results. But what I'm going to go over here is to usage rights. Right now, Google brings back all images not filtered, basically saying we're just going to bring you back anything that we think right now, which is a butterfly with a purple hue. But now I can pick this here. You can see, here I can bring up, let's say I want to be able to say only bring me back images that I am able to reuse. And reuse and do what? Here I can modify it or just reuse it for itself. Reuse it only for non-commercial means that I can't make a profit from this one. So probably here, I'm going to go to the very top one. So this means I can actually make a profit by using this thing. I can use it for my business. So this is probably the least restrictive of all of them. So let me see if I click on this one, what purple butterfly hue images that I get back. And notice the images and see if they'll change at all. And we do have some changes for sure here. Now these ones, I definitely now know I have the rights to be able to use it there. I can click on one of these ones. Let's say here, go on this particular purple image. It brings it up. I can even kind of see where it comes from, which is nice. Side note, by the way, this one comes from Wikipedia. Here's an interesting something to take note of. Did you know that all the images used on every single Wikipedia page are all free, open for public fair use? That's one of the reasons they only allow those to be able to be added into there. So anytime that you're on a Wikipedia page, knowing that you can freely use those without any sort of attribution at all. So now I can be able to use that one. So that's a tip to be able to use Google itself to be able to search for your images. Good luck on your challenge today. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact one of your TOSAs on your challenge. Good luck, everybody.